Guys, if you haven't already, make sure to follow the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It helps us more than you could imagine.
Well, guess what? The fellas are partnering up with BetBull.
Oh, I love it.
We absolutely love it.
I do love a cheeky bet.
Yeah, absolutely. And guess what? The Premier League is back. So that means betting is back on the menu, baby. We're buzzing about this because we get to work with BetBull. Now, BetBull is a social betting sportsbook and casino built on people's desire to bet together.
I like the idea.
Shout out that, yeah.
I like the idea.
It gets better, Chip. It gets way better.
Take me there.
All right. You can make your own bets like any other bookie, but you can also follow your friends, tipsters, and former Premier League footballers such as Darren Bent. By the way, Darren Bent, if you're watching this, unbelievable on FIFA 12, I think it was.
Yeah, he was class back in the day.
It was unbelievable. And Ray Parler, so you never bet alone. We love that. So, guys, what you need to do is when you download it and you go on it, make sure you search for the fellas because we have our own account. So you can actually go and watch our horrific bets. Now, look, we're not saying copy our bets, but let it be known, me and Chip know a little bit of ball.
Do we? Do we really?
I don't know if we actually know. We know. I know ball because I've never been in the bottom two on our FPL. But anyways,
it was a glitch.
It was a glitch. But yes, so go ahead, search the fellas in there, and you'll be able to see our profile. Make sure you follow and subscribe to our bets so you guys can keep an eye on that as well. Like I said, the reason why I like BetBull is because you can actually go and just see what your mates are up to and what their sort of bets they're putting on, things like that. Yeah, it's ideal. So we've had a word with BetBull as well. We gave him a little nudge. He said, listen up here, punks, right? And they have agreed to throw in some odds boosts for those that follow us. So follow us and you'll get odds boosts. That's essentially what we're saying. Well, for some of you.
No, you
all
have
right?
to.
Followers on the same bet get put together in a chat room so we're able to get chatting during our bets. And it doesn't end there, guys. You can also use BetBull's spin wheel feature that can boost your odds by up to 100% or even fully insure your bet. Happy days. I'm not going to lie. If I spin that wheel and they insure my bet, I'm running around the house naked.
Yeah.
Do you fancy your chances? I do. You can sign up with our link below and get up to £50 in free bets plus 100% in odds
We
boost.
do love some free bets.
We love free bets. Who doesn't love free bets? So let's go ahead and do this. And as always, guys, when we talk about gambling, when we talk about betting, things like that, it's important to note this is for 18 and over only. And not only that, but guys, please, pretty please, be responsible. It's supposed to be fun, right? When the fun stops, you know how it goes. But please, guys, do be responsible. We're being 100% serious. Welcome, guys, to another episode of the Fellas Podcast, and we've already had a domestic
Yeah, we've had a
domestic argument. How are you guys doing today? Welcome, Jamie and Alex. How are you guys?
He's drunk.
I'm not drunk.
He is
Not
drunk.
yet.
Not yet. I'm gonna go out swinging though.
We went. What we
Can
did?
I just say this is a really set to anyone watching this on YouTube, you'll be able to see Jamie's only got a cup just filled with ice.
Jamie's a recovering alcoholic, so
It's piss poor.
he has one drink and he'll start calling your mum a.
Is that my?
So yeah, you do it.
Is that my natural reaction?
It's your natural habitat.
No, I know, but listen, guys, I'm just, I'm like, Ronaldo when he sat down and there was Coca-Cola there and he moved the Coca-Cola and that's what I'm like. I don't want to show people that.
So are you on a health wave right now?
I just think plastic.
Sorry, are you saying
I love plastic. I love plastic, and I think water's great.
And you're one of the greatest footballers to ever exist.
Speaking of Baileys, though, we had this thing. We flew to South Africa once, Alex and I, to go and film Made in Chelsea. And on the way out there, we got so drunk that they stopped us from having any more alcohol on the flight. And I saw Alex. He walked up the aisle like this, and he went to the drinks trolley and just grabbed anything he could find without the thing, and he brought it back, and it was just Amarillo.
Which is like another sort of Bailey's.
Yeah, just bought Amarillo.
It was great.
Wait, did they not see you? Like,
They probably did. Yeah, I was so unsufferable.
Did they even say anything? Or you just?
I think by that stage
they were like, this man has a problem.
Yeah,
let him have it.
Yeah.
Let's just
got arrested the other end.
Let's just land this fucking plane.
I went to Barbados once on a flight, and I got a picture of it. We got very drunk, and the air stewards gave us one of the things they pull out, the tray things like with you keep food in, and filled that with ice, and then put mini vodka bottles in and gave it to us in our seat.
What, like at Mahiki, like at a nightclub?
Here's a check.
You got bottle service on a plane.
Yeah, I got bottle service. I swear.
Only Jamie Lang would get bottle service.
Got the captain for the tunnel. Jamie Lang is on the plane, guys.
Boo!
I swear to God. Let me see if I can find this for you guys. Hold on. Just talk amongst yourselves while I just find this.
I've got another question, right? Now this one.
Found it.
Okay, right. Well, there goes.
There goes that question.
This is us on the flight. Look. Look.
Oh, you lot
Oh
are
my God,
peppered.
you're a bougie.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, look.
Wow.
I told you.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, I would never doubted the legitimacy
yeah.
of the.
It'd be a weird thing to lie about.
That's how they do it, yeah.
Since we're talking about planes, I got a question because this came up in the group chat about 2 weeks ago. Right? Is having a wank on a plane?
Done it.
Yeah. What are our thoughts on that? Have you?
Nice.
Has
And then
anyone here? Is this? Because I've got a thing,
You've
right?
done it.
I've got a thing, right? Is when I'm on a plane, for some reason, about 15 minutes into the plane journey, that is, I get a bit of a semi, and I'm sat there and I'm thinking,
it's the
what-
altitude.
Yeah.
It's the
No.
altitude.
So
It's
then
the
I had to
rumble,
Google
isn't
this.
it?
I'm not joking. So I Googled it. I said, why is it that every time I get on a fucking plane, I feel some type of way, right? And I Googled it. And
It's the air
Feel
stewards.
some type of
I
way.
think it's the
swear
rumble. I
to-
think it's the rumble.
Bro, I'm not
The
fucking
rumble.
joking. It says because of the altitude, or however the fuck you say it.
Yeah, the
yeah?
words
You
are going
get
crazy.
because the altitude you get a boner.
Yes,
Yeah.
bro.
No,
Alex,
no.
check it. Give me a fact check right now.
I
Does
think
altitude give you a boner?
It,
That's
gi-
what we
it
wanna
gives
know.
me a rock
all
on.
the time.
Gives
I
you-
think it's the vibrations because I get it in the car too. Car boner,
Wait,
plane
what?
boner,
You get- nah,
train
bro.
boner. It's the vibrations from just the
Train
motor.
boner.
The motor just.
Is that how you wank?
What, you don't
you
know-
start
you
up you
don't-
start up a
You
lawnmower.
never had a little Northern Rail boner, like it's classic, man.
Rail boner.
you need to ask Jamie that question the other way around. Is
Here we go. Wait,
which
hold. Here we go.
There was a study that showed a higher prevalence of erectile dysfunction
Wait, what?
dysfunction? He's like,
Nah, hold on.
when exposed to high altitude.
So is that why I can't?
Yeah,
So
that's
wait.
dysfunction.
So that's dysfunction. That admit, nah,
That's-
you reword the search,
Yeah.
bro.
That's a dysfunction.
Just
So that
type it
means
in.
erectile dysfunction. So you're not
Listen,
getting an erection.
yeah.
So you're the opposite to what should be happening.
I might have superpowers.
you go against the trend. I like it.
I had a
like it.
friend. I got a few stories for this. So I have a friend. I had a friend called Milo at school who came back and.
By the way, are these anonymous names? Are these real
No,
names?
these are real names.
Okay.
And I was going to say a
Poor
surname,
Milo.
but then I wasn't.
Yeah.
And he came back and he was so proud because he had a wank on a flight.
Right.
And I was like, that's sick. And he was in between his brother and sister.
Oh no, that's.
Wait,
you
what
gotta go to the. You gotta go to the toilet, man.
yeah, that
Wait.
was weird.
You gotta go to the
That's
toilet.
punchy. That's punchy.
I've relieved.
You've done it in the aisle though.
I've relieved myself on a private jet before.
You
See
relieved.
that, but that's
Yeah.
You relieved
That's
yourself on a
okay.
private jet.
Look,
Stop
as
trying
long
to
as-
sound
as long-
bougie, mate.
I
Yeah.
did when I was like
As long
14.
as
I
you're-
swear to God.
Where were you flying?
To a place called. Well, I can say I went to.
Where was it? Was it
I went to a
illegal?
Greek island. My friend owned a Greek island, and his dad took us on a flight.
Oh, you were with Lexi.
Your friend
No,
don't
no, no, different one. And I, Nick, you don't know who he is. Anyway, I did it on that. But then when I went to Australia, there's nothing much else to do. You just go to the thing and you look at yourself in the mirror and you think, all right, it's time.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
Let's
do
go.
you lean in quite close to the mirror?
I put a hand on the mirror and just look.
Oh my God! Get a bit of grip in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
This is going to be a turbulent
Yeah,
one.
there you I think. Have you done the Mile High Club?
Yeah, I was. Gonna ask.
I actually never have. I never have.
No one's port.
Have you not
in the
had a-
skies.
Have you not?
I
No, I
struggle to
haven't.
have sex on the ground. But never mind.
I wasn't going to ask you.
That's
about
the only-
it.
that's the
I
only
was not
time.
going to ask you. I wasn't going to go there.
Where's the weirdest place that you think you've ever had a wank?
Oh, had a wank.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, the weirdest place. Funeral. Wait, what? Sorry, no, I was just joking.
Boys are
Who
weird.
died? Your dignity.
Boys are weird though, because it can just suddenly flash up in 1 second. In 1 second, you're suddenly like, "Oh God, I need it now," and there's kind of no way of stopping it.
I would argue that a back of a cab is a massive accomplishment.
Yeah.
To be fair, I've got a friend who's been what's the word, pleasured in the back of a cab.
Really?
Yeah, but then I always think like, what is that? Is that Uber driver
a fake,
enjoying?
fake taxi?
What the video I shot yesterday?
That's what you were doing. You were doing fake taxi. Nice. Like
Yeah.
it. Like
But
it.
I think getting pleasure in the back of a car that's
When you say it
intense.
like that, getting pleasured in the back, it just sounds creepy.
Well, where's the weirdest place you've had sex then? Go on.
Okay, the weirdest wank actually was that we pulled up to a petrol station, just me and my dad, and we both no, I'm joking. So he goes into the shop, and as you said, I had that moment. I was like, "Fuck, I just need to to go for it. And
What?
That's
So that's really
yeah. It was
impulsive.
risky and it was pretty,
Yeah.
pretty erotic.
So wait, hey, you pulled into the petrol station. Your dad went in. You thought, now's my time.
Yeah, I mean, he was still filling up the car, and he.
What are you doing, son?
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Listen, it sounds gross, but sometimes guys have just got to go, and when you got to go, you got to go.
gotta go, yeah.
I get it. Shit, what about you? When is your?
Chip's got some mad ones. Yeah.
I got caught in a lift once.
Oh
Yeah. So it was
How
like
many
fucking-
floors
we'd been on a bender, but it was like 7 a.m. So I didn't realize going down that everyone's
stop off.
everyone's calling it to go to work.
This is 6 a.m.
So I'm there
Jesus.
and she's down there, and then the door just opens.
I thought you
And
meant,
I
I thought you
turn
meant you were
around,
wanking.
I turned my head around and the guy's there, and I'm like, sorry mate, and I just close the door.
You were wanking in the
No.
You were having sex
Getting
He was getting
Having-
pleasure by another woman.
Yes.
in the lift.
Yes. No, we'll keep the monetization on here.
Yeah. Well, it's gone now. So.
Yeah, it's finished.
it's long gone.
Yeah. That's gone.
But yeah, I mean, you know what? The Mile High Club seems. I would, if it's like a private jet, I feel like that would be the best time.
You
It
could
sounds
do
like
it
I only
on-
fly. I've only flown private jet once.
You-
Like,
oh,
I've only
I've
flown.
never-
I've only done it once. Yeah, and it was it was just like, but it was like a proper one. And we all I've flown. We've all flown
A proper one, not a paper
Yeah.
plane, by the way, guys.
We've all flown. I've flown like mini planes, but like a proper, like a
Yeah.
G9 or whatever it is. I've flown-
G9.
G9, motherfuckers. Yeah.
Nice.
That's gone again.
Yeah. You're actually going to start losing money.
Yeah, really monetization the whole way through. I don't know, but I never had sex on a flight.
No, me neither.
Same.
Maybe we could try it out one day, you and I.
We nearly got married once.
We actually did nearly get married in Vegas.
Really?
Just one of those like classic.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in Vegas. We might as well type ones.
I was so nervous.
You were shaking.
I was literally
He was shaking.
because at the time I had an Irish girlfriend and her family were like devout Catholic, and getting married to a bloke doesn't really go down that well.
No, I can
So
imagine.
she was like, if you do it, they'll literally disown you. So I was like, shit, this is quite a bad
I
idea.
was
This is
hammered.
He was fucking wasted.
So drunk.
Fucking sent, yeah.
We got married by this Elvis who'd obviously like seen better days, and he'd been taking prescription drugs obviously for a while. And we're trying to shoot the show.
Shambles, the whole thing.
He
Oh wait, they're
he-
shooting the show out there. Aren't
Yeah,
they?
we
Right.
shoot each other.
he kept getting our names wrong, getting the speech completely like fucked up. He didn't know what was going on. Yeah, it was.
And
a
he
bit
was
of a shambles.
just going, oh, when can we get it annulled? Can we get it annulled? Can we get it
yeah,
annulled? I was like, oh my god, what the hell is going on?
I was quite keen to take you,
coulda-
for all
should've
your
just-
money.
You should have just faked it like for the show. That would have.
Yeah, but I think.
Well, no, this is what happened. Is production had made us believe that it was a real wedding.
Yeah.
So we're there, like both thinking we're actually getting married, and then literally just as they finished like the ceremony, they were like, "Hey, we got you." It wasn't
Yeah,
real.
it's
And I was
not
like,
actually-
"Oh, thank God!" Like,
Yeah, I can imagine.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
getting married to me would be intense.
but I could take your money, so
What?
Yeah,
take
see,
it to-
that would
take
be
it to-
fantastic.
take it to the
No,
cleaners.
we have to get divorced.
That's true.
But yeah, I'm not.
We have to
I'm not
half the
against.
candy kittens.
I'm
man.
not
Yeah, you can
against
take half
that.
a candy
I'm
kittens.
not, I don't want candy kittens, mate.
What do you want? That's
It's
everything else.
tanking.
What do you want? My crypto? Got nothing in there. That all tanked.
Yeah, that's fucking gone. We're all broken here now. So
I thought crypto was good because I bought right at the top. That Bitcoin thing, terrible. Then I bought, and then it plummeted.
and then it does.
Twice, I haven't both
We've
times.
actually got. We've
Okay.
got a friend. Well, he's been on your podcast, KSI. He bought. So he bought a lot of crypto. You guys might have chatted about it
Yeah,
actually.
it
We
said
did,
2
yeah.
million.
Yeah, so he bought a lot, and there was this hilarious video that someone's put together, right? And he has like this crypto Twitter account where he tweets his thoughts all about crypto and things like that. And some guy has managed to put together and timelined the crypto market and his tweets. And so what JJ does, right? So he tweets like, "Oh, it's looking really optimistic right now." So he would pinpoint the time at which that was tweeted, and then what was going to happen in the following 12 hours. And so he tweeted, "It's looking really optimistic," and the market crashes, right? And then the next thing is he would post a thing like, "Oh no, not feeling good about the market at all right now." 12 hours, it absolutely explodes.
Is he being paid by like finances?
No,
or
I'm sure
something?
he wish he was
Yeah.
though, because
It's like the opposite to Elon Musk. Like it's everything that Elon Musk isn't.
I think we should go against what he does. Just literally bet against what he says.
well, that's what people have started
You'll
doing.
end up very rich.
Yeah.
They've just
Let's do
started.
it.
It's called counter trading. So he came up with this thing that anytime JJ tweets something, he does the complete opposite and counter trades what JJ trades. And he's just made so much fucking money.
There was a
doing
TV show. There
We
was
need to do that.
There's a documentary called Betting on Zero.
Yes, I've watched that.
That's all about countering each other, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
two guys. It's all about short. They were doing the
Long
Ponzi
and
scheme.
short.
Yeah, long and
Yeah.
short, right? So basically, whatever one guy did, he would completely go against it every single time, and it's documentary.
It was like a
betting on
battle
zero.
between two billionaires, right?
Yeah.
it's
It's
something
quite
like that.
sweeping. Yeah, being a I got this friend.
Should we do it?
I got this. He's not really a friend, but I know this guy he's a son of a billionaire, and he's a bit of a douchebag. Anyway, he was in a club. he was
not watching.
yeah, he was in a club.
Yeah.
He was in a club, and there were these other guys on another table. These Middle Eastern guys who were spending a lot of money, and he decided that he was right. He was gonna outbeat them with cash or something like
Yes,
that. I don't know, just like out bottle them or whatever. Anyway. So he started paying for more, and these other guys were paying for more. Anyway, he's paying for more. Anyway, the guys got up and left, and they cheered, like, yeah, you idiot, stuff like that. Anyway, at the end of the night, asked for the bill, and the waitress came over with the bill, and on it, and it was being paid for. And on it was written, now who's more balling, you CUNTs?
No way!
Oh, so
They paid for it. Yo, that's a big dick move. That.
Yeah. I mean,
Getting
you look like a bit
completely
of a twat. really.
Yeah.
It's also just a nonsense thing to do.
Have you ever been sucked in a club, like you're feeling a bit like, all right, let's show off here?
In LA, we thought it was awful. You were just drinking Red Bulls. You remember? You were just drinking Red Bulls. He was like Red Bulled up.
I was trying not to drink, so I was just drinking Red Bull.
Why were you not drinking?
I'd just gone through a bit of I was going through like a sort of a break with a girlfriend, and I'd been a bit of a naughty boy, so she was like, look, you can go to LA,
no drinking.
but you can't drink. And I was
Imagine
like,
going to LA and being told you
mate,
can't drink.
It was
I was
awful.
hammered with him.
But I could stay up like all night till like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
because Red Bull's just really good.
we went.
Chip stays up till 8 a.m., but it's not Red Bull.
It's chips up your bum, isn't it?
We went to this gym and Mitt found this stuff called it was like bull. What was it?
Bull Knocks. So there's
Bull
like
Knocks,
in LA, there's these stores that sell like proper intense like nutritional stuff, and I found this like high energy powder. Oh my god, it was literally like
You know what we're talking
Crack.
it was pretty much like taking crack. Anyway, so I take this stuff. I'm like, guys, we need to get to the gym now.
What colour was it?
It was like a white powder.
Yeah,
big tub
yeah.
of it. Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
I'm scooping this. I'm scooping this into the drink. Anyway, so we get there and we've like done a session for like an hour, and the boys are like, we're leaving. I was like, okay, sweet. Like, catch you guys later. Like, I've got this. I'm still going like that. And then midway through, I literally start to fall apart because obviously your body is just like wrecked after the energy leaves. I was on the floor and I was like, boys, come back. You need to come pick me up.
And
I was literally freaking out.
And some
It was
guy
like-
come up to him and started talking to him, and he's having this freak out, thinking he was Robin Thicke.
Oh my god, yeah, off of that. Yeah.
Hey, you know, the big And so then we coined him Throbbing Dick.
I became throbbing dick from then on.
And then he came and sat on us next to the table, remember?
Yeah.
The
real-
real
actual
Robin
Thicke.
Thicke.
Walked in with like some supermodel. I was like, actually, you know what? I kinda
And then you were that guy that kept going like, I've got a story, yeah? So like there's
Yeah, I
one
was in
time
the
that I was,
gym.
yeah. The guys
You want
there
some
like,
bull knocks, mate?
shut up.
Yeah, who do you guys get told that you look like?
I get every anyone that has a long face, bro, and they go,
you've had a
it must
couple,
be
bro.
him.
You've had a
The only one that I'm willing to give any sort of credit to is as an ITV weatherman. Yeah, let me get a picture up of this.
I
No,
know.
this is a really
know
good
Do you know the
shout.
guy I'm talking about?
This is a good shout. This is a good shout. Get the picture up.
This is big because this is the only one that I'm actually willing to give any
That
credit
actually
to.
is. I'm going to find one as well.
On
This
TV.
looks like it's the best ever. I can't wait to show it to you, but go. Not
Here
of
we-
you. An ITV weatherman.
Yeah, here he is. This is him.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
That's
this
a good
is-
shout, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like
You must get better than
Alex-
Cumberbatch.
No, I
No, you don't.
don't.
Because he
I
looks a
don't.
bit like Benedict
He looks-
Cumberbatch.
yeah.
So what about this one? So Francis Bull, who is now in America, this is his lookalike, which I posted the other day. Because it's just, let me try if I can find this on. Stay there. This is really fun for podcasts. Oh, here it is. So this is Francis. Ready?
Yeah.
Francis.
Yeah.
The guy
Oh
that's
my
up-
god.
Yeah, it does look like him.
That looks exactly
It's
like
not
him.
him. It's not him. It's not him.
That's so weird.
It's
Oh my
because
God.
of the glasses though as well
It's
that
not
have made
him.
that.
How nuts is that?
It looks like him when he used to drink.
But apparently, I heard this that apparently every face you have 5 or 6 pretty similar faces
I heard
around the
not,
world.
not yours
Well,
anymore.
you have like one identical twin or something, like pretty much.
Yeah, you do. You have
At
someone
least
pretty
one.
much identical to you. So
Really?
you
Yeah.
have 5 or 6 faces which are pretty identical. They've now done a TV show about it where people meet
Trying
each
to
other,
find those people.
trying to find who you look like,
Yeah.
and it's insane. Yeah.
Wasn't there a Netflix show on 3 identical like
Yes.
people who didn't know who they were not
Really?
related?
They
What was
were
it about?
It was three triplets who got separated at birth.
Was
And
that what it was?
I think, and then they find out they've been part of like a social experiment in the States, and it's like really fucked up.
All right.
Me and Chip been saying for years, you want to be more attractive to the other gender, or maybe the same gender, or to whoever. You do just want to be more attractive, yeah? Well, guess what? Learn a language.
Oh,
Learn a
that
language,
was
Chip.
good. You introed that well.
Bro,
I like that a
I
lot.
hooked him in. I've got you right here, right where I
Yeah,
want you right now.
right
Let me
around
tell
it.
you,
You're
okay?
ramped up.
For most of us, learning a second language in school wasn't exactly a high point in my academic or
I did
our.
not do well.
Bro, I hated it at
Hola.
school.
Bonjour.
No, yeah, bro. It was just crap. It was so crap at school. But guess what? Now it's way better. It's way more fun, and you can do it with Babbel, right? In 15-minute lessons, make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. Right now, Babbel designs their courses with practical, real-world conversations in mind. So things that you'll actually use in everyday life. Remember at school we used to get taught useless info that you were never going to use? Well, Babbel do the complete opposite, and they give you useful stuff. So a lot of these language apps actually use AI, but Babbel ain't about that. They do it better, right? The way they do it is they do it with over 100 language experts. So that's real people. So you can be using useful vocabulary and not just meaningless phrases. All right. Babbel's available as an app or online, and your progress will be synced across all devices. So you're at home, bang, you're on a desktop. Well, guess what? You jump on a tube, you got it on your phone, your progress is all synced up. You don't have to worry about that. They've recently launched their own learning podcast, so you can brush up on your Spanish or French while cooking or exercising. Fantastic. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Out of those 4, which are you picking, Chip?
I'm thinking Spanish or Italian.
Yeah,
Because it just sounds sexy, right?
Bro, Spanish to me is the one, bro.
yeah.
Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you to improve your pronunciation and accent, which is absolutely key. Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel. So if that does interest you, then listen up, guys. You can have 6 months free with a purchase of a 6-month subscription with the promo code FELLAS. So make sure in that little promo code bit you put FELLAS, and you'll actually get 6 months free once you buy the 6-month subscription.
Nice.
Boom. Shout out Babbel.
What? the
Yeah,
fuck?
it's mad.
I didn't mean to watch it. I keep scrolling past it, and it looks really good.
Yeah, watch it. It's really good.
They wanted to do it because they wanted to see if nature and nurture is the same thing. So if you were put it, if three triplets who born from the same DNA, if they were put in
Same
separate
genetic
lives,
makeup, yeah.
would their lives be different? And it's actually pretty sad.
What was their conclusion? Was it?
Yeah, one of them.
Don't give it
Yeah,
away.
wait. Yes, it's pretty
No spoilers.
pretty miserable.
But
What
go watch it.
happens.
I'm actually interested because I've always said that I'm really confident that it would be very much like environment based and how you were raised, rather than so much your genetics. But I guess you find
Environment
that
is really important.
Yeah.
I think it's way more important than
I think so.
genetics.
Do you think so?
Genetics are
I think
actually
so.
influenced by your environment. They're realizing epigenetics is that.
He thinks that monkeys, apes ate mushrooms, and that's what turned them into humans.
That is a theory.
Here we go.
No,
Here we
they
go.
think- they think that it's slowly,
like magic mushrooms.
it's slowly expanded their awareness and their brain speed. Because there's a period in history where the size of brain of these particular apes just expanded rapidly, and they can't understand how it happened.
What did that?
And they think that they were eating the dung of these cows that had been eating psilocybin mushrooms, and they think that it expanded their awareness.
That's
That's
really
not,
interesting.
that doesn't sound like a bad shout, to be fair.
Yeah. I was
Doesn't sound
I mean,
like
you're
that.
talking about.
Well, okay, how did it happen then?
I don't know.
No, so
You have to have a counter if you're gonna try and poo-poo it.
Can't really debate if you don't really have a count. You can't just go. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
we'd like to get your thoughts on Moses. We on this podcast believe that Moses deserves to be on Fraud Watch. And that's because of the fact that he managed to part the Red Sea by doing that. And we'd just like to get, and not only that, but then we'd also like to talk about Noah's Ark and how the fuck he got everyone on a boat.
Wow.
Noah's Ark
Jamie's highly religious, so this is going to be.
So this
This
is
is my cup of
so this should be right up your street.
Oh, this really is. Thank God I read it this morning. Noah's Ark is mad. Like Noah's Ark. Imagine if So, like, a voice came to you, said you had to build an ark. Like I didn't even know how to build a shelf, let alone an ark. So I feel like it's the most intense.
What do you think we could whisper in
What
one
do
of
you-
our mates' ears whilst they're asleep, and then they go and do it? Like,
They had an
like they've been
epiphany. I had
spoken
an
to by
epiphany
God.
last
Yeah.
Building an ark.
Go and build an
And
ark.
then getting all the animals on there.
Yeah, it could have happened.
That's a tough ask,
It
but
could happen.
that's what we're saying. Like Noah managed to make his own ark. Moses managed to look at the Red Sea and just move everything out of his fucking way. Like
Complete cap.
it has to be Cap.
It has to
like
be.
this is why we.
We just stood there and gone,
Guys, it wouldn't be in a book if it wasn't true.
yeah,
That's
that
true,
is
actually.
very
Yeah.
true.
So what do you think happens when we die then?
I think there's something after we die, but that's got nothing to do with fucking Noah doing all this mad shit.
No,
What do you-
didn't
what do you
that?
reckon,
That was
though?
Moses.
I think that the consciousness will go somewhere else.
Yeah, it's a universal
I
consciousness.
See,
feel
this-
like
this
I feel,
man's
I feel
out
like
on a different way,
because
you
it's
know.
the
Where
one
will
thing
your
that-
conscience
he
go,
took
Chip?
he took
I don't
mushrooms.
know. I feel like I feel
Took
like,
mushrooms once during lockdown, and
I feel like your body is connected to the consciousness, which is somewhere else. It's like
I'm with you.
hard to-
Basically,
hard to
our body's
describe
like
in a good way.
an avatar.
Oh, we're
Yes,
like a
yes.
shell.
It's
the
like a
conscious,
vessel.
The
It's
conscious
a
mind. I
vessel.
always think it's like, yeah, we're a vessel, right?
Yeah.
And it's connected
Yeah.
to something else
Yeah.
universal.
Do you know what tripanning is? Do you know what tripanning is?
No.
Ooh, this stuff is intense.
Sounds like a sex
So,
position.
no, so tripanning is basically where
Me and the boys were tripanning.
Yeah, you boys.
You were doing that in the
everybody-
lift,
You've been
weren't you?
tripanning.
Tripanning
You
in the
boys
lift.
been tripanning. No, tripanning is basically where it's really intense. But so the Aztecs basically believed that your spinal fluid and your whatever fluid, people are going to correct me, but that's not mixing together. So what they used to do is they would drill a hole into your skull. And that would get the brain flow going, and so then you'd have a constant euphoria, and that believes so all the sort of higher, the higher, people in the Aztecs would get it done because then they were receiving things, and people still to this day tripan themselves.
They did it. They did it in like medieval.
Wait, you're
and-
you're drilling a
They-
fucking
yeah, I
hole
think
into your skull. You're getting the
There's some-
Bosch.
In
Yeah,
Britain, I think they thought that it was releasing the devil that was like caught inside your head.
So
They would drill a hole into your skull.
tripanning. So it was done. It was surgically done by someone recently. Her name was Amanda something. I can't remember. She's big. So tripanning, also trepanation. Basically, just make a hole in your head. Yeah. Oh my
And
God.
did it actually work for her, or
Yeah. She believes that it. She says it got rid of all of her anxiety and all of her depression and all of everything.
It's also really easy
Do
to
not
get
go
pissed
out there
through
and
your
yeah,
head.
please don't
Yeah,
please
please
don't
don't
your
drill your
hole.
head.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please do not go out and do any of this. This
Can
is
you
just
imagine?
this is oh god. Yeah, don't go and do it. But it's
No.
it's intense.
That's interesting.
Jay, what's your meeting about later? You getting
Tripanning,
Japan?
yeah.
Is that
Tripanning.
why you're wearing a?
Yeah.
A hat here.
I
yeah,
reckon
he's
out of all of us, as Chip, you would be the one to fall into a cult.
I would.
gonna- he would, mate. This guy
I
would.
was just thinking about we should all
Which
try
cult to
DMT
choose?
together.
DMT.
Yeah.
You can't just say you got to just go and try DMT.
Why
Well,
not?
all four of
No.
us, we hit a little bit of DMT.
Wait, have you tried DMT? Have you tried it?
No.
Oh wow.
No, I haven't tried
Okay.
it. I haven't tried it.
Well, maybe
I
at
haven't
some
tried
point
drugs.
when I get the opportunity, I will report
I'm
back.
scared
on
to
the podcast.
try it though, because apparently it can just change your life. Like,
I like that.
yeah, but like,
If only there was someone with an experience that we could talk to.
I've
but-
tried. I've done ayahuasca in the jungle. I did that, which is
What's that?
ayahuasca. Yeah, I did ayahuasca, which is like a cactus drink.
Ayahuasca is essentially the long form of DMT. Like DMT will give you like in 15 minutes what ayahuasca does over like.
It was the worst thing I've ever done.
Okay.
It was the worst thing I've ever done. I was 18 at the time, went into the Bolivian jungle with a guy called Johnny Cash. And
I love these
Mate,
stories.
Johnny Cash, wasn't
Johnny Cash,
wasn't
the
he-
guy that
wasn't
makes
he-
it
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
In a burning
Yeah, yeah,
ring of
yeah,
fire.
I
I'm
really
going
like- yeah.
down,
This is where I don't believe your story. It's like
No, honestly.
I was with Johnny Cash.
Listen,
Elvis was just behind us.
So we were in. I was in Bolivia, and we went to La Paz, which is the highest city in the world. And I got the worst food poisoning in the world, and I was like on death's door. Honestly, I was like, I've never had it where I thought if I died, I think I'd be happier. Honestly, I was in so much pain. I felt awful.
This is from the ayahuasca.
No, this is not from the ayahuasca.
Oh,
This is
right.
before. Anyway, I went to hospital. They asked me to like poo and shit like into this thing. Anyway, I did it all. Anyway, they gave me these steroids. It was much better. And then I walked
This is
out.
from food poisoning.
Yeah, food poisoning,
Ah,
worst
okay.
food poisoning. And then I got out of there, and as I walked out, I was with my 3 friends, and we came across a guy called Johnny Cash. And Johnny Cash,
Don't reckon it was his real
I
name.
just
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
get the name
yeah,
right.
yeah, it's Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash, and he said, "Do you guys want to experience your lifetime?" And I went, "Boy, do I!" Because I was just off the back.
Come
of,
to my gig tonight.
Yeah, come to my gig tonight. And he said, "If you give me $50 each, $50 you have to remember in Bolivia is extortionate.
lot,
That is
yeah.
like a lot of money." And we'll fly you, and you can go and do the most amazing experience of your life. And he showed me all these pictures of these people fishing, and I was like, "This is glorious! Going to go to Utopia." Anyway, we got on this flight. my friend.
So you do it. You pay the $50.
We paid $50 on the flight,
Yeah.
and we went into the middle of the Bolivian jungle, and the plane was like rickety. It was like pouring rain. We get on this car. It's like a truck. Drive into the middle of the Amazon jungle, and I suddenly thought, fuck, we've been kidnapped. That's what's happened. We paid to be kidnapped. We paid to be kidnapped. Anyway, long story short, we went in, did the ayahuasca, and it was the worst experience. I puked for hours, and then just thought I was a truffle pig. So I just kept looking.
Sorry, can you show us?
I just kept
Can you show us what you
digging
did?
in the mud for truffles, and then I came out of this weird hellhole of experience. We got on this coach and went back. Never saw Johnny Cash again. He went. The whole thing was mad.
What
yeah.
about the others? Did they have a bad experience too?
Some of them were just puking. I just don't think. I think 18 years old, you don't really have anything, because what you're meant to do is you're meant to like repent of your body. And
I
just don't think we had
feel
anything to
like
repent. We're 18.
you're wound up too tight. I don't think you would allow yourself to.
You gotta be free.
You gotta, yeah. You
unclench
gotta
your
be
bum.
free.
Yeah. We do have some ice here as
Amazing.
well.
Gee, we need to start doing this on our podcast. Look,
All
they're
right,
giving us
okay.
drinks.
All right, fine, come on.
Oh, here we go.
So, just before you actually, to make things a little less, or a bit more lighthearted, I should say, just before you jumped on the pod, you mentioned that you'd just done your theory test.
Yeah.
So, talk to me. Is this your first time doing your theory test?
No.
First time this year.
First time this year. Yeah. First time this
How
year.
many have you booked?
So I booked
So
it.
you don't have a driving license.
I
am
don't have
right?
a driving
Okay.
license. I have a provision. I have the
And
green one.
you are
I'm
early
22.
30s. Early 30s.
22 plus 10. I'm 32.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you 32?
Yeah. You're 31.
I honestly thought you were 33.
Why?
Because you just feel older.
Just look at.
It's nice. It's nice.
When you
I feel
touch me- when you touch
comfortable
me-
next year. It's like, father figure, nice. How you doing?
When you touch me, I feel older.
We do look up to you. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, so I booked since I was 18, I booked my theory test 59 times. 59.
Wait. So
That's
you
a man.
booked it
That's a man with too much money.
No. Wait. So
23 could have go.
you
that-
booked it 59 times, or have you sat it 59 times?
I've now sat it 3 times.
Oh,
So why
you-
the
so
fuck
you
has
just
it been
book it and don't
booked?
go?
I don't know. Things come up, all right? Like, I don't know.
Your life's not that
This
mad.
man is an
Like,
entrepreneur,
it
man.
It's not.
He's
Oh,
a
I
busy
wait-
man.
You're
Yeah,
not
Chip, thank
Johnny
you.
Cash.
Entrepreneur.
mate.
He's
Yeah.
candy kittens.
Thanks,
Takes up
Chip.
times, guys.
Dude, I
Taking
knew we'd get on.
ayahuasca. It's changed you, man.
So, anyways, you did. So this is your third time sitting your theory
Yeah,
test.
did it today.
And give us the news.
this
How
is-
did you get on?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I can finally say I failed it again.
Yes! Come on. How badly?
I failed it again.
Did they tell you your score or anything like?
Woo, Chip, get in there.
Yeah, go on, drop the numbers on us.
Come on, Chip. You did it.
I passed first time. I mean, if you failed 3 times, look
Yeah,
at
I
me.
didn't
Okay,
revise.
what happened?
Look at me.
Look at this man.
Look
If
at
this
me.
man can pass first time.
That's true.
This face.
That's true, Chip.
So wait, how did we do? How did we do today?
So I got 39 out of 50 on the
That's not as bad as I
clicking
thought.
one. Not the clicking one, not the hazard perception, the other one. Multiple choice.
Yeah.
But I never revised. I've never looked at the app ever. I just think
I would recommend that for
just
sure.
go roundabout. You go clockwise, red light.
Yeah.
There was like, what's a jockey system? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Thank you.
A jockey system.
What the fuck
Were
is
you,
it?
were you at the
No,
wrong
they
test?
don't
I think
take
you went to like horse
a horse
racing or
racing.
something. Yeah. How to ride a horse.
Okay, let me ask you guys a question, right?
Yeah.
When it's icy, what does braking distance times by? 2 times, 4 times, 6 times, or 10 times?
It should,
10.
It should be 10.
Yeah, it's 10.
Yeah. See,
well,
like-
I
That's
didn't
why
know
we
that.
all have driving
was
licenses.
thinking
Okay,
that.
okay, fine.
We looked at the app.
Fine. What's the national speed limit on a motorway?
70.
What the hell?
How? This is the most. Come on.
All right, Chet, fine. When you come onto a motorway, all right, and there's no one in front of you, and you're going the speed limit, 70 miles an hour, what lane do you have to be in? There's nothing in front of you.
You got this one, Chip. This is light. This is light.
Ooh. See, I always jump in a fast lane no matter what, which is definitely not right. I'm gonna say the
Middle lane.
why that was what I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
You'd be in the fast lane because you're not supposed to go any quicker than the 70.
I didn't know that. There was nothing in front of me. I'll
Wait,
be in
so
any
you
lane
have
I
to go
want.
into the
So you
fast
go into the
lane.
fast lane.
I
Did you
went
go into the
any
fast
lane.
lane?
I said any lane.
So if
There's
no
one
one's in front of you, you go in the fast lane.
I don't fucking drive, Chip.
Well, if you're,
Wait,
I
you
do,
don't
and I
know.
don't know, mate. I
You don't know what the
genuinely
I
don't
said
know.
any lane, and it was wrong.
What was it? It didn't say.
Well, it was obviously the right-hand lane. It must be.
I don't know.
oh, wait, so we don't actually know.
I thought it would have been a middle lane.
It could be the far
Stay
left.
on
If
the left.
nobody's
Alex
in
is
front
saying
of
it's
you.
the left.
If
The left is slow lane.
All the other 3 are overtaking lanes.
Yeah, but you can't
Ooh.
go above the speed
yeah, you
limit.
can't go above 70. Oh, this is a little
What, in
mind
the-
bender.
Thank you
Slow
very
lane.
much.
Well, no, I mean that's not the only reason you failed.
Does it say on it? There's nobody in front of you?
No one in front of you.
Because then
To
I
be
would
fair,
say
though,
then
this would be in the app or the book.
Yeah,
Which
you could
you
have
definitely
easily
didn't
you could
read.
have easily accessed this information
Yeah.
before.
All
the
right,
test.
well, listen,
I feel like you did, and you're just embarrassed.
No,
You're just-
I didn't. I would tell you. I'd
Your
be
retention is just that bad.
my retention or attention.
Both.
I'll give you a detention.
And your jokes.
Wrong podcast there, Jerry.
The Baileys is hitting him,
I
boys.
start wanking on the table.
What's the weirdest place you went on this podcast?
I've been waiting for someone to do that.
Okay. All right, here we go. So the correct answer is, in fact, the left-hand lane.
Yeah,
You're supposed to go
left-hand lane.
all the way to the left.
Slow
BTS
lane.
Alex wins that
No
one.
ways. This going the speed limit.
Yeah.
The speed limit
But
is
if
70
there's
in every
nobody
lane,
in front
though.
of you, then you should be on
Yeah,
the left.
because you can only use them to overtake.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, fine. Here's another one. If someone's injured in the road
Yeah.
and you're the first person to the scene of
You
the
don't
crime,
run them over.
Chip has left. The first one to see the guy. Chip is long gone by that.
Chip caused the injury.
Yeah, that's right.
He
He's
got
long gone by that.
He got out of the car and
That's
landed.
Chip's gone. What do you do when you're first on the scene? Do you call emergency services? Do you remove from the road, or do you check their breathing? What do you do?
Call emergency services.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
that.
I said moving from the road.
You dragged them by their ankle.
Yeah.
What a fucking inconvenience you are, mate.
Move them on the road and drive on.
Put them in your boot. You put them in your boot and you drive off. And you got something for later.
That is hilarious, man.
Yeah,
So,
that's him.
Unlucky, mate. Unlucky. Next time.
yeah, we'll get them
I
next
would
time
say
too.
next time, but it's not going to be.
Could
is
be
it?
next
It's
year.
not.
Oh, it'll be the big 60 next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. There will be the big
Might get
60.
you a card for it.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I
There's a
appreciate it.
tenner in there.
It's just look,
funny.
I passed the hazard perception. That was easy peasy. See you later on that one.
You must be known at the DVLA. You must be like that
You're
idiot.
that
Jamie
guy.
Lang, look, he's coming up again on the system.
Yeah.
I thought what I'd do next time is just put a little earpiece in my ear.
Yeah.
I told everyone that now.
So have you heard about the scam that they do, which is they have people do exactly that, and there's a way I watched it was one of the, is it called Watchdog?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Where they
People's
like look
Watchdog.
into
Yeah,
this
yeah,
sort
yeah.
of stuff, yeah. And they looked into it, and that's exactly what happened. Someone would sit there and take it for them, but they had a really clever way of getting around like that identity part. You know, you have to show you like your license.
Wow.
And there was
Was
another
did it
way
involve,
to do it.
fake glasses and a fake nose.
Yeah,
It's a really
yeah.
high tech way of getting in there.
Incredible stuff, and but that's exactly what was happening. So Jamie, look, mate, if you want to, I know someone that'll sit it for you.
Great.
and,
Everyone knows how that. But I don't know. Hello, are you?
So next time,
yeah.
the next time you pass, people are gonna be like,
Yeah.
I know you spoke to Cal's guy. Like,
Yeah, he cheated his way through.
You'd be that because there's a statistic that people, like most people, crash within the first week. That's why you have to put that little P on the car. I think you'd be a P car.
Really?
Okay. So what would you say is your What would you say is your talent then? What would you say is your like hidden talent that no one knows? Do you have a hidden talent?
Probably not.
Sourcing fraud.
I thought that Chip,
Yeah, funny.
Chip just goes probably not. Like, don't even think about it.
When I was younger, I used to be
None of
able
them are
to.
hidden.
I used to be able to bend over,
Okay.
relax my ass,
And put a chip
let
out.
ass come into my, let the air come into my ass,
yeah,
and then just fart it back out.
We had a guy like that at
Really?
our school.
Yeah,
He was a
so I
celebrity.
could fart for constantly.
Yeah, yeah. It was a real talent.
Yeah,
real
it's good.
talent.
what about you guys? What you got?
What's your
None of mine are hidden. They're all out to.
What is your
I
talent?
actually don't know. Don't know. No, I'm not sure.
Yeah. I wouldn't say.
I'm just
anything,
multi sort of faceted, you know.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Good at
Cal?
drinking. actually. Very good at
oh,
that.
what is?
that's not hidden,
That's the
bro.
thing.
That's not
I
hidden.
don't
Yeah, it's
think
not
I
hidden.
have like necessarily like. Well, I can move both of like. So you see how you can probably do one,
Yeah.
but can you do the other
I
one?
can't even do one.
Oh my god, you
Whoa.
can.
What are you
And
doing?
I've never met anyone else that can do the other one.
That's, yeah.
What are you doing? Can I see?
Sorry, boss. Yeah, just over here.
you can't do
Yeah,
either.
you can't even do one.
Can you do that
I
with your
can't do
I don't know what
tongue?
I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
Can you do that?
I feel like a pirate.
That's
Yeah.
right. The rolled tongue. Yeah, the rolled tongue.
I think
everyone
a
should
lot
be
of
able
people
to.
That's
Yeah,
like
it's
that's like a
genetic.
50-50 thing,
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
genetic.
Really?
Is it?
Yeah, genetic.
Well, we're all.
Green eyes.
Tongue rollers,
Green eyes.
yeah.
2% of the population.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a treat.
You're also probably part of the 2% that haven't passed their driving test.
Yeah, at
What,
the age of 40.
30?
I mean, 30, sorry.
You took it as well. You're like,
Yeah. So, talk to me a little bit about Made in Chelsea. That's obviously where you guys sort of picked up your followings.
Jamie would say his is from YouTube, but
May I find Cal's video that we did together?
Yeah, but that's actually people that are listening and watching right now. We made a video. We spoke about it. If you guys haven't already, then I don't know when it's coming out, but we did a podcast over on the Private Parts podcast as
Go and
well.
check
there's
it
a
out.
private parts podcast. Is that where you did it? This was
No, we did the
No.
other podcast.
Oh, sorry.
No,
weren't
I'm
there.
just saying.
I was thinking
yesterday we were with you guys.
He's new to the podcasting world. He doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Wow, this Bailey's is really kicking in.
But yeah, we spoke about all that. But yeah, go ahead, listen to that one because that's funny. But it's time from Oh, bro, you remember last time we did this ad read with the wonderful people at Masterclass? We made a joke about how Gareth Southgate was going to do a Masterclass, and then, well, the Euro final happened, so we can't make that joke again.
Are you doing the ad read?
I am doing the ad read right now.
Yeah, it wasn't a master. Well, it
no,
kind of was. We got to the final. We'll
Anyways,
take
it
that.
is what it is. The good people at Masterclass are back and they're ready and ever. And you might be wondering, Cal, what the hell is Masterclass? Well. Let me and Crimes tell you
It's a
about
great
this.
place.
It is. Masterclass is accessible on your phone, web, or smart TV, offering classes on a wide variety of topics, all taught by world-class masters at the top of their fields. Like, imagine... You know what? We're masters. We're at the top of our fucking field.
I'd say that's right.
I absolutely. What would you say you're the top of? What's your field that you're on the top of?
I run these shows.
He runs this.
I
Bro,
run
that
it.
was such a boss statement, man.
I run this thing.
I'll run this. All right. Each class is broken out into individual video lessons, usually around 10 minutes long. Amazing. Because you know why 10 minutes is good, Chip? Is because my tiny little mouse brain, can't really take things that are longer than like 20 minutes. Or 10 minutes is perfect because if you're doing a quick tube trip, boom, let me just do a little masterclass. Let me learn something quick. Let me constantly be improving my brain in 10-minute video lessons.
Yeah, I like
That's
that.
class.
I like that a lot.
I like that a lot. And members can explore at their own pace, and each class is supported by downloadable materials, lessons, recipes, or more. Yo, for real, the cooking ones.
That's what we need.
Bro, no, that's what I've been doing. I've been doing the cooking ones because guess what?
I've been
My
slacking.
cook-off performances are
improved.
whack.
Yeah.
Right? And
They
so I
haven't
need
improved.
help. And now, look, Masterclass come through
They
clutch.
got you, man.
They got recipes and more. You can find all available classes at masterclass.com. Go ahead and check that out. There's hundreds of video lessons, 100 plus of today's most brilliant minds are available anytime, anywhere on iOS, Android, desktop, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku. Ooh. Okay. An annual membership starts at $180 per year. Keep that in mind, guys. That's per year. Just so you guys know, because I know some people like to freak out, but that is per year. But yeah, there's literally a wide variety of topics taught. It's an immersive learning experience. It's flexible because you can do it whenever the hell you want, baby. And if this does interest you guys, then what I would say is get on over to masterclass.com, right? Go ahead and check that out. And what you want to do is you want 50% off, 15, that is 15% off your annual membership. Well, guess what? The fellas got you, okay? Go to masterclass.com/fellas. That's masterclass.com/fellas for 15% off your annual membership. Mic drop. But I wanted to talk about Made in Chelsea in general because it's like you got Towie, which is sort of Essex, and then you have like, what would you say? Is it Chelsea? Is that what they were? Is that,
made in Chelsea.
Made in Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea.
No,
So
but
Are you a detective? Yeah.
No,
I'd
no,
like to
no.
hire you for a pretty big case.
No,
we are on
because
Mondays.
you lot will try and finesse it. Like you'll try and claim like some parts of West or part of Chelsea.
Well, to
when
be
it's
honest,
not.
like 90% of the cast lived in Fulham at one point.
Well, there
so,
we go then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're a detective.
I'm
that's
on
why
my
hiring
detective
you.
shit,
Yeah,
and
you're
that is why
incredibly
we
good.
have that set over there. So we might get into that one for
no,
an
but
episode.
it started off. It was meant to be called Chelsea Girls years ago. They actually supposed so this is how so it was going to be called Smokers. So MTV wanted to make a show called Smokers, which is basically like the worst title
That
ever.
sounds fucking
It sounds
awful.
terrible,
Yeah.
but it was like the smoking section in clubs.
Okay.
So it was like
That literally wouldn't have lasted. It would have lasted a year and they'd be like, smoking's banned. Fuck.
No,
Show's
it was.
over.
It was in the smoking section of clubs because it was about sort of promoters in London, and our buddy Spencer was a promoter but he was like one of the first promoters ever in London, and it was for, I can't remember what it was
I don't know if that's true, mate.
Yeah,
Maybe
pretty much.
first
one of the
promoter ever in
biggest. One of the
London.
biggest.
To
shitty West End clubs.
London
Yeah,
clubs,
yeah,
right?
right.
Not to like.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
pretty sure the Beatles probably had a promoter in London.
Yeah, that was a big shout. No boxing. He was the first promoter. But it was going to be called Smokers or something like that. And that was a bad idea. And then Channel 4 wanted to make a TV show, which was basically based around the hills. And they wanted to call it Chelsea Girls. And it was all of our friends, Spencer, Hugo, all these people. And they went and did it. And it was basically at the beginning, it was just, it was pitched, we were just a group of mates hanging around. That was literally it. We were just a group of mates hanging out. And the difference between what it is now and Spain with reality TV is that in the beginning, reality TV was a hobby. It honestly was. We were just having a freaking amazing time, flying around the world, being paid to do it. We weren't even paid much. We were paid nothing. But we were just having the funnest time. Now it's a career. People go into reality TV because they go, okay, I can now be an influencer off the back of it. And I think that's a dangerous thing because fame is really addictive, right? Because you get famous.
Especially when you've reached the pinnacle. Like
Yeah.
It must be tough. It must be tough up there.
No, but to be fair, I would say you guys were probably in it when it was at its peak. Like, it's safe to say now, it's definitely none of my friends watch it. The people that we speak to don't watch it as much, but definitely because it was almost a really popular thing. It was new. It was hot, and that is when you guys were there.
No, it's totally that, and now it's definitely changed. But I think people. I think fame is a dangerous thing because people go into these shows and like Love Island or Towie, and they get fame, and then you come out of them and you're just famous. And people think, well, what do you when you're just famous? You don't do anything else. What do? You set up you try and set up a YouTube channel, and then they realize how hard YouTube is. You try and do a podcast, you realize how hard podcast is. You try and sell a product, you realize that people don't buy products, unless you really.
It's teeth whitening.
Well, then you're just doing brand deals.
The bread and butter.
And so I think it's a really dangerous thing, fame.
Yeah, it's such a juggernaut now, reality TV. They're just literally churning out new people to make
Do you
money.
do you speak to any of the people that do it now? It's still going. Yeah, so
it's still going.
So do you speak to any of
We're
those
barely mates. Like, it's literally podcast.
This is a struggle as it is here.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
We do. I still speak to a few.
But the people who do it now are, there's my girlfriend does it, but apart from that, I don't. They're friends, but like apart from that, no, not really.
Because you still speak to all the people that you were like friends with at the time, like
because we grew up with them. They were buddies when we were kids. So Spencer, Pruders, all those people, So we've just grown up together. So, but it's amazing, and it was amazing. We had
it was amazing fun. Like, it was such a good opportunity.
Yeah, and we had so much fun. Yeah, like the stories that we have is mad. Some of them.
Yeah, it was.
I can imagine, like, if anything, like going over to these places, you're essentially just getting paid to fly around the world and fuck around with your mates and pretend you hate each other, like. That sounds.
No, there was
definitely times where we did.
Like how sort of they dramatize so much of it, obviously, because that's what they want out of it. But how much of it was genuinely like them poking the bear and them almost like completely twisting things to make it seem like a little bit.
I think they're just very good at knowing how to like work people and know what's gonna like make them react, and they'll create scenarios around it. They can't necessarily be like, you've got to react this way, because it's not real.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But they're just bloody good at knowing.
They're great at doing it. And also, when you're in it, you don't want to talk about the weather. You just kind of you're in there to create entertainment. So you just go out of your way to do as much as you can. And so it's a weird. So I remember we used to go into scenes and we'd look at each other and we'd be like, "You're not gonna like this one."
Really?
He was the king. He was the king of that.
Coming up.
He was the king of that. He was the king of that. He gave me a little look before, and I'm like, "You bastard! I know you're about to stitch me up." Yeah, like there was
naughty.
I mean, you famously like really did me in.
Which one was that?
With the orgy.
You think this was me? Are you still?
It was on TV. I saw it. You were the one. You were the leak. Okay. You were the leak.
So let me tell you something. We've told it before. We're gonna say it had been going on this girl called Binky. She was on the show, and the producer had come to me and said, "We know that Alex has done this. Him, Spencer, and these guys have done this. We know this has happened. You're going to be at the one to reveal it." And I went, "I'm not revealing it. No ways. I'm just not." And they went, "We know it's happened, and we know you know, so it's going to come out either way." So I was like, "Oh God."
As they always did. And
as they always did.
As you should, as a good mate.
As they always did.
I mean, you were going to say something anyways, right, Alex?
So I was like, "Okay, fine, twist my arm. Okay, I'll do it."
He's now got an excuse.
Yeah, but you think it was me that told the producers. I didn't tell anyone.
You did.
No, I didn't. I didn't say anything.
Well, okay. I mean, they did their research. I mean, they
did their research. What do you mean?
Yeah, but you shouldn't have like outed me.
Anyway,
TV.
the best thing about it was I've said this before. I said it again. They saying orgy was too much. That was too much for TV.
Yeah.
Like, they couldn't say orgy, so they were like, "How are we going to get them to say that they had an orgy without saying
hanky-panky?"
Yeah, without saying orgy.
Hanky-panky.
Yeah, but hanky-panky doesn't make it sound good enough.
No,
but you know what I mean. So they were like, "We can't say it was like a foursome. You can't, So how do we say it's an orgy without being an orgy?" And they're like, "Let's just let the scene run." So I was watching the scene from the side, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is intense." And
just so you've just unleashed the news, and then you're watching like eating your popcorn. Like
talking about the weirdest place on a wank, watching that scene. Come on, here we go. Anyway, the scene plays out. It's getting heated. Binky's going, you this, you that. Well, tell me. And Alex finally goes, fine, it was 2 each. And they went, got it. We got it. He did it for them without even knowing. Yeah, he did it for them.
2 each.
Yeah.
2 each.
I got slapped on TV.
That was worth it though.
It was, yeah. I mean, it was a great orgy. No, I'm joking. The slap was so hard. It literally like went.
What? They give you a little brain rattle.
Yeah. And there's if you pause it and you look in the back of shot, there's an extra that's like. Oh. Yeah, it's so good.
That's amazing.
So good.
That was Chip actually back when he was an extra.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, is that Lucy Watson?
But it was amazing, and also to just got to say this. I think it's an amazing show what they did with it and still do with it. It's unbelievable, and it gave us what we're doing today. It gave us our platform.
Yeah. Sounds like you want to do another season.
Yeah, sounds like I want to come back.
Let's do it.
Yeah, come back, please. Well, this is the first time I haven't done it in 10 years. I did it for 10 years. And I thought this is the first. This is the first year I haven't done it.
Jamie really suffers if he's not in the limelight. He gets really.
I mean, we did
drop
wonder
out
why
or
he'd
so?
stoop to this level here and come on the fellas, but here he is, So
Why did you stop doing it? Was it a case of just too old now, or?
I think.
Yeah, none of the girls fancied him.
Yeah, I think I don't know. It sounds, but I've always wanted to go in presenting, right? All that kind of stuff, and so. I've got a show coming out for BBC, which is like this dating dancing show, which is going to be really cool, and like all this kind of stuff. And so you kind of have to make a choice at some point. Do you want to stay doing reality TV, which is amazing, and I value what they do, but it's time
for something new.
and also it's tough on the soul. Like you're fighting and arguing with your mates all the time.
What
and
That would do my
Yeah,
head.
what's
in.
up?
Soul, Jay?
Yeah, what's up?
he
Pretty sure
sold
you
that
don't have
soul a
one.
long time ago.
But you are. So imagine like you're there to. You constantly have to be funny. You constantly have to be this. You constantly have to do that. We filmed 150 odd days a year. So 150 odd days a year, you are
Oh my God.
constantly whack, bah, ha, joking, all the
But
time.
it's
And so-
also the fear of like being caught out all the time, like especially if you're doing bad things, because the producers literally have a team of researchers like trying to find out. You walk into the scene and I'm literally like looking over my shoulder like, oh shit, who are they going to bring in? Like, have they found someone?
Because this is what I was gonna say. Like back then as well, you guys, or you just going to clubs, things like that. You guys must have had loads of girls like just chatting to you like at the fucking prime time, out in all these Mayfair clubs. But then there would have been loads of stories coming off the back of that. But ultimately, like
it was actually more like going to like sort of Bognor Regis in Aberdeen. That's where.
really was it
We used to do- we used to
leaving
do
London?
PAs. We used to do PAs.
We used to tour the UK, going to like the most random parts of the UK, and it was a real experience, but like amazing. Sometimes not that amazing.
A PA in Aberdeen would have been some experience.
Aberdeen was always really good. Actually, loved Aberdeen.
Yeah.
I've been to every single. I have been to every single service station. We had this one story. I went to the service station once, and it was like midnight, and it was on the way to like Bournemouth or whatever it was. And I go in there, and we went and played on like the Lucky Lady machines, the slot machines in the service station, and it's all shut. It's pretty much shut apart from W. Smith is open. Anyway, I go in there. Me and my friend, we start playing the money, we lose, we walk out. Anyway, I go, oh, my phone, I forgot my phone. So I go back in, and there's like these 3 Eastern European guys in there. And I went, hello.
What, was that you trying to be Eastern European? Hello.
No.
Can I get my phone?
No, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I went, hello.
It's like Mrs. Doubtfire.
And I said, excuse me, have you seen a phone? And they went, well, this one, and picked up their phone. And this phone, it was mine. I said, yeah, can I have it back? And they said, well, how much are you going to pay me for it back? In the service station. And I was like, what? They're like, how much are you going to pay me for this phone back? So I went, nothing. Can I just have it back? And they went, no. And then they had this like little Rottweiler who was like, not the real dog, but like this guy who was like a Rottweiler. Who was like, he was going, he was going like, you go, come on, like starting to fight. And I was like, oh man. So I walked to the guy in W. Smith, said, excuse me, buddy, these 3 guys have just stolen my phone. He went, nothing I can do about it, and shut the gate on me. And I went, huh? So we then I had to go and withdraw 250 quid and buy back my phone.
Quid.
And we did this weird exchange where you had the phone. We went this on 3, on 3, in the middle of a service. Went, oh God, and I ran out. It's bizarre.
It's like,
That
a
is
hostage.
so
Where
situation.
was that? Where was that?
I don't know. It was on the way to. I think it was on the way to Bournemouth. One of the service
Somewhere
stations.
there.
That is really. Why don't you just like?
Oh, dude, we have
like,
so.
casual
You couldn't.
amount
I
of-
didn't have a phone. And we're in the middle of nowhere.
Oh
It's
shit,
midnight.
you're on your own.
And we had to get to a PA. We have so many stories, like crazy
I can imagine.
stories.
Some of which that Jay can't talk about because they're still sort of in court. So
we do.
I
have
can
some crazy-
imagine, but honestly, at like that age, it must have just been like,
wild.
Just wild because like you're just going everywhere.
No social
you're
media as well,
loving
right?
it.
So
It was
there's-
different. Like you didn't have a girl TikToking you while you're.
That's a
Twitter
good
had just
point.
started to become big, and that's actually where things started to unravel a little bit, because you would leave a club the next day and then some girl would be like, oh, Jamie shagged my mate last night.
Yeah.
And then if you had a girl at the time that you were seeing, they would be able to search it.
Oh,
That's
that's
stitched up
howler.
a few people on the show.
I got this. I just started the show and I got this brand deal through, and it was like for a lot of money. And I had never got a brand deal. And I was like, oh my god, it was for a pizza company. And my agent said, look, it's called the Edge Pizza. It's going to be really daring and fun. Get some sleep tonight. You're gonna love it, but I can't tell you what it is. And I went, oh, okay. So I went out massive that night.
Did the opposite.
Yeah, I didn't get any
Classic.
sleep. I arrived at the O2 car park, and it was a bungee jump. And I was like, oh my god, from 120 foot.
I've
And
done
I-
this bungee jump.
Oh my god! And I had to do it. I did it 8 times, and after the 8th, with like GoPros and eating pizza, all these things, after the 8th time, the guy who owned it said, yeah, I've never seen anyone do it more than 6. And I was like, oh my god. So anyway, did the brand, it was amazing. Went up to Leeds to do this PA, came down on the train back from Leeds. I was having an argument with my girlfriend at the time. This is years ago. And I was getting loud.
I wonder what about.
Yeah. And I was speaking, I got arrested on the train. I got arrested at Peterborough Station, slammed against the wall, taken to the station because I was making a too loud on a quiet carriage.
What,
The most uncool way to be arrested.
What?
Someone took a photo of me and sold it to the Sun, and I lost the whole brand deal because it overshadowed
No
it. So I
way.
went bungee jumping on a hangover 8 times in the O2 car park.
For fuck all.
For fuck all.
Oh, that is
Wow.
such a howler.
yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it
That
was
is good.
intense. It
But
was
you've been
very
doing DJing now for a little while. How are you
Yeah.
enjoying that? Do you want to know the first time that I saw you do that is because you're on every fucking Instagram model's Instagram story.
Perfect.
When they're literally there just like this. I'm like, there he is again, DJing
no.
again, and he's definitely said, hey, yeah, just come on up here.
Yeah,
Like that.
Yeah. No, he's not. He's like, get up here. Get up here. We had this moment where we were in Ibiza together, and no one knew where Alex was. No one knew where he was. And the first day goes by, and I'm like, where's my buddy? I don't know where he is.
No, I think it's because we were supposed to be leaving.
We had left, yeah. And he said he's staying on. So I went, okay. And that's always rogue when he says things like that. First day, I was like, he hasn't called, he hasn't texted. I'm pretty worried. Second day, nothing at all. Third day, I'm like, this is not good. And someone said, I found Alex. And I was like, where? And there's this Instagram account which is called.
Oh no, mate, we can't talk about
Okay, well, there's an Instagram account.
Oh no, drop it on us, man.
There's an
please.
Instagram account called.
No, mate.
Okay, fine. There's an Instagram account.
No, mate.
There's an Instagram account that like records people partying, right?
Yeah.
And it so shows me, and we went across, and it comes across Mitten just at these DJ decks. I don't think the Y was in. He was just
absolutely peppered out of his mind.
Yeah, it was.
I think you're drunk too many shandies.
Ibiza, we
hell
just
of a
spoken. We just got back from Ibiza. We loved it there. We always seem to go there, and every single time, just something fucking like. There's always one thing that we're just there like, why the fuck has this happened?
Where did you go?
In Ibiza,
Yeah.
so all the clubs
No
are
idea.
shut right now.
Yeah, I
which
was
is-
out there not
Yeah,
that long ago as well.
but we did the usual, just like Ocean Beach. We went what were the fucking other places?
Bambuda's
SDK.
nice.
Yeah, Bambuda's
that's
nice.
it.
We went to the Nobu there. What was the
SDK?
places where we actually went? We had a bunch of villa parties. Like, at the moment, it's just villa parties, really, for the most part.
What?
It's
yeah.
actually illegal
Yeah, no,
over
I
there.
know. Yeah,
Illegal.
as we found out as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, because you can get fined like
Was it
60 grand
Yeah,
What?
for
and you
doing
can
villa
get kicked
parties.
out of your spot like on the dot.
Mate,
Like,
Really?
the Spanish police are mad. Like
Yeah.
they don't take
Wow.
shit.
yeah,
we
don't
had
take shit.
Ocean Beach. Wayne Lineker was one of the people who persuaded me to put money into crypto.
yeah.
Actually, whilst in Ocean
Taking
Beach-
investment advice from Wayne Lineker. That's- It's interesting,
Yeah,
but
he made me put it into this crypto currency.
Yeah.
And turns out it didn't do that well.
as a lot of them don't.
Drop him a message like,
yeah.
Wayne.
Yeah,
You little
Wayne
fucker.
Lineker, yeah. That was,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
turn
not
up to
good.
Ocean Beach. Oh, Wayne.
Yeah, but I sometimes I do like Ibiza a lot as a island. It's amazing, but I sometimes think it is overcrowded with people who just want to go and.
It's fucking expensive as well.
It's really
now.
expensive,
Like even just like for the villas and things.
It's so
things
expensive.
It was
like
always
for
like
what
that.
we
It
were
was
going
always.
for.
I remember all those places. I remember I went to Saint Tropez when I was 18 years old with my friend Alexis, and we went to this club out there called Le Cave, which is like the main club out there. And I was 19 or whatever it was, and I said, "Boys, don't worry, I'll go to the bar and get some beers." Went to the bar and get some beers. Got 4 beers, 190 €. I said I can't pay for it. When I said, I
Saint-Tropez worse than
Saint-Tropez
Ibiza
worse,
because
yeah.
we
Yeah.
filmed out there for 2 months
Oh,
in Cannes in the south of France. Honestly, I spent.
Cannes-
They didn't get your
cheaper.
expenses. No.
Cannes pretty.
Cannes is cheaper than
But
Saint-Tropez.
they obviously helped us out, but like not
Not that much,
No,
yeah.
no. I mean, yours was mostly